Welcome back, Mere More Lights, and it is another beautiful, lovely Monday. And what can I play back? So 91.1 kilograms this morning, and honestly, after the fact of dropping down to 88 kilos last week, after another week of sickness and feeling unwell and actually concussing myself, I'm grateful that I'm back to just the normal weight that I usually am after a week and a bit, so that's a good sign. Yay, back to eating some more. The concussion has abated, it has gone away, which is lovely as well, and I can get back into normal training once again. But so here's an interesting thing I wanted to talk about, and I feel like I've been repeating myself quite a bit over the last couple of mere mortals emotions in relation to sickness and not feeling well, but this is all a part of life, I guess, part of us being mere mortals. It is going to come, and I guess it's just how you decide to react and shift from it. But an interesting thing that has happened is, again, I plan out my weeks of training a week out in advance. So usually on the Sundays I'll head out, put my thoughts down on paper, or in this particular case on an Excel spreadsheet, and I'll plan out what am I going to train, what am I going to do, what does that look like. In the last 3 weeks I have basically just copied and pasted the exact week, almost the exact weights in terms of what am I lifting, what am I moving, because it's basically been every week has been impacted in some particular way where I just haven't been able to accomplish it, and it almost feels like I need to Groundhog Day, begin again. And now these weekly training schedules, they are connected up to a phase, and you know, the last couple of weeks I've been attempting to be in the phase of extra lifting to accomplish the goals of both, the running, but besides the running, the goals to actually achieve the 6 times body weight, 3 reps for the bench, the deadlift and the squat combined. So training's been more connected to that, as well as just in general doing good, fun, strong things that I enjoy. And so with all those connections, I feel myself progress from a phase perspective, basically nothing, because I'm restarting the week once again. And it's not frustrating, and it would be frustrating back in the day for a younger one. I think it would have been a really frustrating thing to have that happen. In fact, I probably would have just continued on with the next weekly progress, you know. Fuck it, I didn't do the whatever bench press 5x5 at 125 kilograms weight, and the next week's telling me I'll go to 6x6 at 130 kilos. Let's just do that. Let's just jump up with that. And was that what might have caused injuries and problems in the past? I can't say for sure, can't say for certain, but I can say that it probably wouldn't have helped as much as wanting to be uncommon amongst the uncommon that I want to be. I also have to realize that, you know, my body's not made of titanium, vibranium, steel, whatever. It's gonna break, and especially tendons, they're gonna go first. So that level of training when I was younger, look, maybe you can get away with it, and again, I've talked about this, in your 20s you can get away with a lot, or when you're a teenager, but I'm in my 30s now, and I can't really get away with something like that. So the reality is, I need to, while it feels, right, mentally, it feels like, I've got to go and redo this week and still be lower on weights and whatever else. Actually, it is the thing that I need to do, and with a bit more longevity and time behind it, to actually, you know, do the right thing that I'm supposed to be doing for the body. And it will pay off in a positive way, I'm sure, later down the track when I don't get injured and I do achieve the goals that I've been wanting. So there's something to be said about just being patient, about just, you know, giving it the time that it deserves, depending on who you are and where you are in the world. Things are not always going to just come fucking by default, nice and easy for you. No, but that's not how it works. I've seen it with the podcast, right? We hit the big 500, the big 5-0 mark, in terms of episodes that me and Karen have had together. Now, it's more real to say that we've probably done well over 500 even between us, just because we've done a couple of like 0.5 sessions and everything else. And then even while I was talking on the podcast, we've done 1,200 episodes, or even more in total if you combine absolutely everything. So it isn't like it's just 500, but it's the rhythm, right? And I think something I posted out the other day was like, discipline builds the walls, rhythm is what builds the kingdom. And the rhythm of this training of just, right now in my life, it's just the putting in the rhythm of, okay, week in, week out. Yes, sometimes I've got to repeat. Yes, sometimes I'm going to get sick, or my kid's going to be sick, or I've got to follow up something with work, or I've got to follow up something with a business, or I've got to follow up something with a property. There's going to be all these things. And the discipline of getting in there repeatedly, day in, day out, yep, that's going to build the wall, but it is in the rhythm and the continuation of the, all right, well, you've got to get in the rhythm of doing that weekly. And if it's, you might be saying that the discipline to just continue on, push harder, move on with the next part of the week, it's not dissimilar, but it is a little bit different to say, no, just continue the rhythm of training in the week that comes and the following week. And if that means training basically the same thing in the same way to a better that rhythm, then nothing at all. So with that being said, me Immortalites, I hope you are well. I hope you are progressing and whatever the hell you're doing a lot better than I am. But I continue the rhythm. We'll see how we go. Me Immortalites, take care, be well, one out.